was your first? Was that a Big Boy Toy Show? Was that an actual PWA show, or was that just like a?
No, it was
WWA.
It was WWA.
WWA, yeah.
It's a joint thing they were trying to
Yeah.
Yeah, it was back when Bobby and Amy, I guess, were trying to get some stuff going.
Right.
I just know that Bobby said, "Hey, I want you to come on down and work for me." Met up with Jerry Reiner, who actually, first time I met him, was he's working with my present day wife now, and which is great because she came home and she's like, I met a wrestler at work today. I was like, yeah, what's his name? And she was like, I don't know, Jerry something. And I was like, that's cool. She's like, I asked him if he ever heard of you. He said no. And I'm like, well, he probably hasn't. She's like, well, I told him he works all over the Southeast. I'm like, no, sweetie, I work in Mariana and Dothan and a couple little places in fucking Georgia. I was like, it's just Pensacola. Nobody ever knows who the fuck Mariana is.
Right.
So I felt bigger of a mark and a green dick because my wife was marking out for me, and I'm just like, thanks, don't do me any favors. So, but actually hooked up with Jerry, went down to the old training school,
The PWA Academy on the Cervantes.
No, that was the one. It was back.
The church basement.
Yeah, that was it.
Okay.
No, it wasn't even the church basement, because that's when I went and did a little thing with Bobby.
Okay.
When I first met Bobby, and then he called me about 3 weeks later to get with Jerry, and then go to it was a fucking bread store or some shit. I want to say it was off of
Oh yeah, they were there for a month, I think.
Yeah, just enough to work through the matches that we were doing in Biloxi.
Yeah.
Because actually, I think Jerry and I were supposed to tag with each other, and he didn't
Before
show
you
up in
said
Biloxi.
that, before you said that, I had totally forgotten about the ring ever being at that place.
Yeah, but it was like a bread
store. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like, this
Crazy.
is fucking crazy shit.
And I was supposed to tag with you in Biloxi?
I think so. Because you taught me how to do the Japanese arm drag.
Okay.
Yeah, which I still try to use, and people fucking feed for a regular goddamn arm drag.
Yeah, you gotta get with them before and make sure they know what
I do. It's just hip toss, but just
from
in
the front.
of you.
Yeah.
What you fucking feeding me like that?
Any hoot nanny. What was your first actual PWA match?
It would be the actual inaugural first PW match the show that they ever run. It's at the old school on Cervantes Street.
Oh yeah.
Hooker Alley.
You tagged with me actually.
Yes, tagged with you. It was you and I against
Mike Jacobs and Red.
Yes.
Because the first ever match in the PWA Academy was me and Mike Jacobs, and we came back in a tag.
Right.
And I said, I'll bring Aaron Blaze out as my partner.
Yeah.
And you came out, and then we. Then there was also a battle royal, so I ended up working 3 times that show.
Wow, it's beautiful. And you're just the man.
We had a good little match. I have pictures from that somewhere.
Yeah, and I think the finish was Patrick Kelly tripped me up with his cane and
We took Red's DDT.
Yeah.
That was a pretty DDT.
It was.
It was one of the prettiest things Red ever did.
Yeah, he needs to go back to that.
He needs to use that instead of Spinebuster.
Yeah, Spinebuster's overrated. It's a setup move now anyway.
Yeah.
So remember the DDT as a true finish.
And Red's isn't even good. I love you, Red. I'm just kidding.
So somebody's getting a receipt.
Okay, so and I remember back then you were wearing almost like the Hardy Boy.
Yeah. I was such a fucking mark. I didn't know where, and that's the crazy thing. When I started with SXW, I didn't know where to fucking get gear at.
Right.
And I knew where to get boots at, and that was at Stagecoach, which Danny really still has those boots. But I didn't know where to get tights at. I didn't know what.
Back in the day, there was no high spots.
And actually, right after I paid for my boots, as soon as they came in, as it took forever to get them in.
Right.
I find fucking high spots. Find it. Same pair of boots, $150. Of course, the boots I got were custom made.
Yeah, the Stagecoach ones are a little better quality.
Yeah. Which, Danny, I want to buy my boots back, please, sir. Miss them. They were great boots, but yeah, I was doing the little fucking rip-off Hardy Boy shit, which I didn't want to do, but one of my friends convinced me, you kind of look like the Hardy Boys. Why don't you try that? Okay, sure.
And you came out to the German metal.
Yeah, the Rammstein. We go back to the old school shit.
Yeah.
So, but
I remember New Era had a sweet nickname for you when you were doing like the Hardy Boy looking gimmick. What was that nickname, Cruz? You don't remember? They called you Fat Hardy.
Fat Hardy.
Instead of Matt Hardy.
Thanks, appreciate it.
Gotta throw that in there.
Yeah.
I thought Kyle came up with it.
I thought y'all did. I know Kyle used to say, because you do your ring entrance and you jump off and land all straight-legged.
Right.
He's like, one of these days that kid's going to blow his knees out doing that. He was always scared you were going to...
Yeah. I'm such a fucking moron. At times. Just get in the moment and I forget what the hell I'm doing. Like, oh, ooh, I probably shouldn't do that again. And then I do it again and again.
But your entrance was always exciting. That's one thing I remember, was that you were always very into it, you know.
I always
charismatic.
I always try. Even when I'm working heel, I still try to just be over the top. Because
Right.
a lot of people have forgotten that they want to try to throw the whole MMA, Ring of Honor shit all coming badass.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like, dude, this is like this living comic book. Be a badass, you know. Magneto wasn't dull. Magneto was an asshole. He fucking had style.
All right.
Just had to throw my nerd shit in there for you.
Any favorites opponent-wise as far as PWA back in the old sweat box?
Everybody was good, and it's hard to judge from that time period because I was still learning.
Right.
So
Well, there was a lot of students in PWA too, so there was a lot of guys with you at the time that were learning as well.
Chad Havoc was good. He had a lot of things he wanted to learn. Jay Starkart was pretty decent. Like working with him. So that's when I learned to really, really duck my clotheslines. So he threw a nice stiff one at me and just caught me right there.
Oh, the forehead shot?
For total forehead. And looking back on it, because I think you posted a video once of me doing a drop kick, snapmare drop kick combo, and I completely missed. And I remember why, because I didn't know where the fuck I was. I remember Alicia coming home and I'm watching TV, and she's like, "What are you doing?" "Watching TV." "How long you been watching TV?" "I don't know. I'm just wondering because the TV's not even on." Are you on something?
Knocked you silly, huh?
Oh, I was out there. I mean, that was completely sober too. So, Cornbread was good to work. So he was always took care of me.
Very charismatic and
Yeah. Especially when he was working heel, and just being so green and so scared of these big guys. This guy's gonna fuck me up, man. But Bill was just real gentle. I mean, just kind of led you through it because he was still learning too, and I didn't know that.
wrestling Cornbread's kind of like wrestling a big happy bear.
It is, man. I mean, he's good if you screw up or whatever.
Yeah, he's not trying to hurt you, but he's just so big and
Yeah. One person I never got to work with was Mercury McLeod.
Oh, really? You never got to work Merc?
Not good to work Merc. I was so damn intimidated by him because he's just all jacked up all the time, and I'm just
tatted up. He's an intimidating dude.
And he's just the coolest, one of the coolest guys ever to sit and talk to. And I'm just like, dude, I really want to work with you, but I'm scared shitless.
Yeah, once you get to know him.
You'll get kicked in the mouth, but he's good to work. I enjoy working with him.
Yeah, I'll go kick in the mouth every now and then. There's nothing wrong with that.
No,
It's
not
It's not ballet.
clears out the sinuses.
Yeah.